Hello and welcome to the Something Better podcast. I'm your host, Joe Conroy, the Public Information Officer for the City of Bakersfield. We're here to learn a little bit about different services the city provides and programs that are going on. And today we actually have the Director of the Bakersfield Animal Care Center, Matthew Buck. Thank you for joining us.
Glad to be here.
Awesome. So we've got some interesting stuff to talk about when it comes to the center itself, and some other tips and things as we're getting close to the holidays. And you guys have a special program going on right now too. But we'll start. Tell me a little bit about what the BACC is and what it does and what you guys do there.
So the BACC is the city shelter. That's where anybody that finds an animal inside of the city limits would bring their animal in for a stray hold or to get it off the streets. So we're just your average municipal city shelter.
Okay, and you guys take care of those animals and adopt them out when appropriate?
Absolutely. We try our best to get as many animals out of the shelter as we can, whether it be through adoption, return to owner, or rescue.
Okay. And I'm sure there's some things that make that easier, especially when it comes to return to owner, some things, and we'll get to some of that, I guess, in a little bit as well. And you're actually with the SPCA here in Bakersfield, and the city contracts with SPCA to run our shelter, correct?
That is correct.
And so what does that mean for you guys in getting involved with that?
It means that we have the opportunity to help more animals than we could just at our Gibson location. Our Gibson location is very small and has just a few animals. So running the city shelter gives us that opportunity to save more animals than we would in just the one location.
Awesome. That's always good. I'm a big animal person. We've got dogs and cats at our house, and so my wife and I, we love animals. So that's awesome, and we thank you guys for the work you guys do. You guys, right now, you guys have a microchipping program going on, correct? Is that free microchipping?
Free microchipping, yes. We're also doing free vaccines as well. That does include the rabies vaccine that you need to get a license, whether your city or county. A license is required for all pets. So we are also offering that vaccine, the DHPP vaccine, the Bordetella vaccine. So you can come and get microed and vaccinated for your pet the whole entire month of June right now.
That's great. So when you mentioned licensing, some people might not realize you should have your pet license for a number of reasons, right? Could you tell us a little bit about why?
So if your pet isn't microchipped, but it is licensed, we can look up that license number in our database and give you a call if your pet makes it to the shelter. So it is another way of being able to get a pet home. It also lets us know that if a pet comes in with that license on its collar, then we know that pet has already been vaccinated and we won't have to double vax, double give the rabies. We'll still give all the other ones, but if we see it's got a current valid rabies, we won't double vaccinate.
Yeah, and
rabies.
That saves those resources for animals that really need it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then you mentioned the microchipping too. All of our animals are microchipped. Why is that an important? Why is that something you guys would want to have available?
So right now we are in preparation for the 4th of July. I don't know that many people know this, but July 5th and 6th are the two busiest days all across shelters in the U.S. for animal shelters. On average, animal shelters see between a 30 and 60% increase in intakes those 2 days. For us here in Bakersfield at the city shelter, if we take our averages for the past 5 years, our intakes have gone up 94% during those 2 days.
Okay.
So we were at, let me see where we were at. On a typical day, around 36 intakes, we go all the way up to 70 intakes during that same time period.
So you guys really do get busy then.
We really do get busy.
And that's just fireworks and everything going on?
Yes. Pets, especially dogs, are very frightened. Veterinarians estimate that a little over 50% of all dogs are terrified by loud noises. So the celebration in Bakersfield starts before July 4th and continues going well past July 4th. So that 2 weeks of the first 2 weeks of July is always one of the busiest times, if not the busiest time of the year for us.
Because they're running away, and then somebody else is picking them up, and maybe they don't have their collar on or whatever, and they get picked up by you guys.
Absolutely, and that's why it's very important, and why we're being proactive this year to get those microchips in these animals. So if they do make it to the shelter, that we can get them home as quickly as possible.
So what does it take for somebody to get say they don't have their dog microchipped or their cat microchipped? What do they need to do if they want to do that?
So all they got to do is call and make an appointment. Our phone number is 661-832-7387. Appointments are available Tuesday through Saturday between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m.
Okay. And then they can just come in and they get it done, and it's free.
Once they schedule their appointment, they come in at their appointment time. It'll take about between 5 and 10 minutes, and your pet will be microed and vaccinated, all for free.
And is this something you guys have done before?
We have done it on a much smaller scale before.
Okay.
This year is the first year that we're doing it the whole entire month of June.
Okay.
We've done a couple little pop-up clinics before, but this year we're trying to get as many people in as we can so we can get those pets home quicker.
Awesome. And you know, like I said, as a pet owner, if one of my animals got away and we didn't know, I mean, it would be heartbreaking for us, and to be able to be reunited, I wouldn't be able to tell you how amazing that would be.
Absolutely. And there's many times that animal control will pick up a animal in the field, scan it, see that it does have that micro, and it'll never even make it to the shelter.
Oh, that's awesome.
Animal control will call and get the animal home before it even makes it to the shelter.
So all the more important to have that information up to date. And
all the more important to have it up to date, because you can get your pet back way sooner.
Yeah. And they don't have to go through the trauma of going to a shelter. And I've been there, and it's not a fun place to be, especially if you're an animal too.
Absolutely. A shelter environment is very stressful for an animal when you have upwards of 300 dogs barking all the time.
Yeah.
We call it stir crazy, but it's also like just a behavior we notice when they're acting out in their kennels.
Yeah. So is there anything other than getting microchipped, make sure your animals are microchipped and your license information is up to date and everything? Any other tips as we're coming up on the 4th of July, you know, like keep them indoors? Or?
Yes. Next to microchipping, keeping them indoors, if possible, is the best thing you can do. Mm-hmm. So if your pet has a safe place, like its crate, if your pet likes the crate, keep them crated up for those couple days during the nighttime. That way they're less prone to escape. Spay and neuter, even though you wouldn't think it has anything to do with 4th of July, animals are less prone to wander if they are spayed or neutered.
Oh, okay.
So spay and neuter your pet if you can before the 4th of July. That'll also help keep them at home.
Can they do that at BACC or?
We have programs that they can use. They can go to kernsafe.org and schedule an appointment. There's a whole bunch of shelters and rescue organizations that kind of pull our resources together to get the most bang for our buck for spay-neuter events. So instead of doing a half a clinic, we'll do a full clinic and partner with another agency in town so we can get twice as many animals in there.
Awesome.
And we're splitting that cost instead of putting all that cost on the city.
Awesome. Yeah, my wife and I, we deal with the fireworks too. We're out on the kind of the west end of the city, but we still get fireworks. We're near Park at Riverwalk, so you might hear them once in a while, and neighbors and stuff fire them off too. A lot of times we put the music channel on or put on a movie that's real loud or something.
That's a great tip. That's another one of the tips I have in here is to put on some soothing music or a movie your animals like.
Yeah.
We also recommend that you check your fences now.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure there's no holes or places where they can dig under the fences. We also recommend that if you are having guests over, that you remind them, hey, we have animals here. Please make sure you shut the gate behind you if you're going in or out, or you're shutting the door so the dogs don't get out. We hear that one a lot, not just during the 4th of July season, but we hear it a lot when people have company or the gardener. It's always the gardener that lets the dog out.
Yeah. That's good. That's good to know. Good tips. Thank you very much. And anything else that we should know, or anything else that you guys have going on over there? And I know you guys do your monthly pet vaccination clinics as well out at the parks.
So those are on pause during the summertime,
Right.
just because it is so hot and they are always outside. So those are on pause till the weather gets cooler. So that's another reason why we were wanting to do those vaccines inside the shelter.
Perfect.
Since those are on pause right now.
All right, cool. Well, anything else?
Just remember that pets do get frightened. Do everything you can. Make sure the doors are shut. Keep them inside if you can. If you can't keep them inside, maybe put them in a crate outside. I don't like to say keep your pet tethered at all, but if that's the best you can do during the 4th of July, keep your pet tethered. But indoors is best. If you don't have a microchip and can't make it to the microchip clinic, one of the very best things you can do is to take your pet's collar off, write your name and phone number on the inside of the collar. That is one of the places that we all check for owner information. So write your name and phone number inside of the collar of your animal.
That's good. That's good to know. I never thought of that, so that makes sense.
Yeah, because tags will fall off sometimes, especially if they're trying to escape. They can get caught on anything, but most of the time the collar stays intact.
Yeah. So, and if an animal does get away and you guys end up with it, what does a pet owner do to come back and claim them, and what do they have to do to prove that that's their animal?
Anything that proves proof of ownership, like pictures, vaccine records, anything like that, will help get your animal back quicker. We will be waiving the redemption fees for the 2 weeks after 4th of July, so we can help get those dogs out, and people aren't scared, hey, it's going to cost me hundreds of dollars to get my dog back. It won't cost you nothing this year.
That's awesome.
For those 2 weeks after 4th of July.
Very good. I didn't know that, so that another good tip. Appreciate it. Matthew, thank you very much for coming in today. Again, folks, we have Matthew Buck, the director of the Bakersfield Animal Care Center, and they take care of your animals if they get loose or any stray animals that are out there as well. So thank you for coming in and talking to us about 4th of July safety and everything. We really appreciate what you guys do.
Anytime. I was glad to be here.
Thank you very much. Well, thank you guys for listening to. This has been the Something Better podcast. And again, my name is Joe Conroy. And if you're liking what you're listening to, please hit like, subscribe so you don't miss the next episode, and we'll catch you then.